Do you struggle when you want to speak in English? Do you have difficulties to speak in English? It is difficult for you to speak in front of your friend, people in English, but you understand almost everything in English. You can read, your grammar is almost good, your writing skill is well, but it's speaking English is difficult for you. I'm gonna give you 3 tips technique that gonna help you definitely to speak English as well as you want. Hi, this is Djibril from Mali, West Africa. In today's video, as I've said, I'm gonna tell you 3 techniques that are gonna help you to improve your speaking. Speaking is a tough one, difficult one for many English learners. The first one is to read out loud. Read out loud is a wonderful technique to help you improve your English. Back in February 2014, when I was in the university, I read out loud things we learned at the university. In that time, I can't speak French as well as I want, but by reading out loud, my speaking in French improve. Read out loud and record to check your progress. In the time you read the first time, you record yourself. You read second time, you try to read faster than the first one, and you continue read something you like it, you love it, you wanna know what happened, you are interested in. Don't read stuff boring like grammar book and so on. Read out loud and record yourself. Second thing, you have to shadow native English speaker by listening to some audio, podcast, short video, repeat what you're saying. That is an effective way to improve your pronunciation, your speaking, and your grammar, because once you start to shadow native English speaker, you're gonna see how your speaking is gonna improve, your pronunciation and so on. Back in January 2021, when I start to shadow teacher Joe Crossman, my speaking improved. I start having conversation with English learners around the world, and I noticed that my pronunciation, my speaking abilities improve. The last one is to practice your English with other, or practice your English with a partner. That is also the outstanding technique to improve your speaking, because you have to speak, you have to practice your English with other to check your progress, to know what are the things you can say in English, how you are saying, and that person can give you feedback, and back and forth, give and take. You ask him, he respond, you tell story, your experience, and so on, a lot of things through the conversation, and you're gonna see how your English is gonna improve when you start to practice your English. I make videos on YouTube, and that technique helped me to improve my English by recording myself speak out loud, by reading out loud, and by also practicing my English with others around the world through a lot of application and website like Free for Talk, High Native, SpeakPaul, etc., etc. A lot of things we can speak English without moving to English speaking country. By staying in our country, we can learn English online and speak like native English speaker by following some technique and using some tip and trick like this 3 to remember. First, to improve your speaking, you have to read out loud and record. Second, shadow native English speaker, repeat after them by watching video, listen to some podcast audio. And the last one is to practice your English with a partner. You're gonna see how your English is gonna improve faster than ever. Okay, try those techniques and see your English progress.